Stop making weird noises with your mouth. That's going to annoy me. Hi, Nana. Oh, wait. You're not Nana. Nana's twin. So listeners, hi, welcome. This is Shane. Jenna's not here today. She is in the episode, however, but I've invited a special guest who would like to say something to you. But before he does, it's a he. Before he does, if you're not on YouTube, you can't see him yet, but he's giggling over there. Before we start the episode, he has something to say, but let me give you a little history. So for many years, I was married to an emergency room doctor, which meant sometimes, yes, but he's not an ER doctor yet. Anymore. For many years, he would go to work at 11 o'clock at night, which meant he slept all day. And then at like 10 o'clock, he'd come down, he'd eat a bagel. We couldn't make eye contact with him. There were some days when like literally he had to sleep all day because he'd do like 2 or 3 nights in a row, which means he'd get home at 8 o'clock in the morning, he'd sleep all day, and then he'd get up and go to work. It's very weird. If you've ever been around an ER doctor, they have a very weird life, as does their family. So my job as the mom was to keep the big 80-pound lab and the 2 toddlers quiet during all of this mishigas. And I did it for about a decade. I planned our life 6 weeks out. I kept everybody quiet. We couldn't have the house cleaned when he was sleeping. We couldn't have house guests. So when we launched the podcast, I had one request because we both work from home. Stay in your office when we're recording. So it's all over his calendar. Jen and I are recording. Stay in your office. Don't make any noise. Okay. So the other day we had a big guest, and this is today's episode. We have a big guest. We're very, very excited. To us, a huge TikTok star was coming on the podcast, and we were very excited, and it was at 4 p.m. So, special guest, husband of mine, what did you do?
Well, it wasn't 4 o'clock. It was 3:57, so I wanted some water. I was told I couldn't be in the kitchen from 4 o'clock on. So at 3:57 was not 4 o'clock.
And what happens when you come in the kitchen?
I disturb the dog.
You disturb
sometimes.
the dog. The dog who is lassoed to my foot, who I have taken the time to wear out so that she'll sit here and be quiet. And through the episode, she pulled on the leash, which is lassoed to my foot. So she pulled me off camera and made crying noises through most of the episode. So what do you have to say for yourself, doctor?
I messed up, and I'm sorry.
All right.
It's all my fault.
We'll accept it.
I take full responsibility, although I still it was 3:57. I had 3 minutes.
Yes, but 3 minutes before the episode, which means she's wide awake and crazy. And so if you hear some whining in the background, I swear this is not like the Silence of the Lambs house. We do not have someone locked up. It's just the dog tied to my foot. And it's your fault that she's noisy.
My fault.
Okay. Thank you for owning that responsibility. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. And now,
okay.
On to the episode.
Bye-bye, everybody. Nice to see everybody.
Okay. Welcome to the Social Dialogue Podcast. We're a mother-daughter team, both working in the world of social media management.
Join us as we share our different perspectives on life today, including trends, fashion, friendships, and career, and how social media impacts it all. Together, we bring 2 perspectives to one conversation.
I'm Shane.
And I'm Jenna.
And we're excited to bring you this new episode of the Social Dialogue Podcast. We are such big fans of what you do.
I'm flattered. I'm honored.
Truly. I have been following you way back since you started doing all the camp stuff. And we were like waiting. And when the Blue Star one came out, like we all went bananas. Yeah, Jenna's third generation Blue Star.
I have.
Well, it's so nice to meet you, Elizabeth. We're so excited to have you on the podcast.
Thank you.
We've been watching your content for quite a while. And then you got into the college stuff, and it's been really fun.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying. I'm having fun doing it. I really am.
Good. So I'm going to introduce you to our audience, and then Jen and I just have a bunch of questions to kind of keep the conversation rolling, and we just want this to be very conversational and, just normal.
Perfect.
All right, good. To our listeners, I want to introduce you to Elizabeth Weprin, known online as the Boca Mom. She is a Boca Raton-based content creator who has built a vibrant digital community around motherhood, local living, and unapologetic personality. On TikTok, she blends humor, honesty, and a little bit of fabulous South Florida flair, sharing everything from family life and parenting moments to restaurant recommendations and relatable mom commentary. Jenna and I found the Boca Mom through her camp content and her college content. So welcome, Elizabeth. We're so happy to meet you.
Thank you for having me, and I love that you use the word vibrant.
Good.
In the intro.
I think it really represents who you are and what you do.
Word to use. I'm flattered. Thank you.
I have a dog making a lot of noise here, so I'm going to try to pull her over here. Jenna loves this dog. She drives me bananas.
What kind?
She's a lab.
I love her.
She's an 80-pound toddler.
She's...
There you go. So hopefully she'll chew her bone and leave us alone, but I'll try and edit her out.
Sleeping right here, and I'm like, boys.
Yeah, so you get it. So Jenna, do you want to kick us off with your first question?
Yeah. So how did you launch this TikTok account and know you had something that stuck? Did you just start it for fun, or did you start with the intention to create a business with your online persona?
Okay. An interesting story. I have 2 daughters. They're now 26 and 23, and they are not shy to tell me when I look bad or I'm doing something wrong or they're angry with me, And I was helping a friend of mine here in Boca. At the time, this was a couple years ago, she was a big Rodan and Fields consultant. She had a huge global team. And during COVID, my kids and we had been, rinse and repeat customers. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so easy. I wonder, I was bored during COVID. What am I going to do? I had been a professional volunteer fundraiser forever because I really wanted to be that stay-at-home mom. And now my kids were older. And I needed a little project. I wanted a little project. And I thought, why is this woman making so much money off of us when I could place my own orders? So I looked into it with a good friend of mine who's a big attorney here. And I'm like, wait, you want to do it? You ask all the questions. If you ask the questions and you're telling me like this is kosher for us to do, I'm so in. So we did it. And my older daughter was watching my posts, and I was not a poster, maybe for a birthday for my girls. That was it. And she told me, Mommy, your social media is so bad. And I'm like,
I've been there, right? Jenna, you have told me before. I've been there.
I mean, I have, but I don't think I say it that bluntly.
They were beyond blunt. And I'm like, well, I won't curse on your show, but I was like,
you can, it's fine.
Like, F yourself. I listen to so-and-so who's the top this, and I'm doing everything right. What are you talking about? Well, she said it again, and she knows a friend of hers from a teen tour who also ended up at Ohio State with her randomly. And her name is Izzy Freeman. She has 3 social media businesses. And she said, you need to reach out to Izzy. I'm like, I am not hiring somebody to help me with this. That's ridiculous. Well, I reached out to Izzy. I ended up hiring her. 2 weeks in, the company restructured. I didn't need to focus on social media any longer. I called her and I said, I have such bad news. I don't need to focus on this anymore. There's not a need. This was Izzy's vision. And she said, no, this is better. Now, I didn't know social media, and I couldn't understand what Izzy was talking about. Like, why would this be better? I just told you I'm canceling our lessons and contract. And she said, no, we're going to, figure something out and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I said, you know what? I have nothing else going on. I don't get it. Tell me what to do, and I will plug and play.
It's been really fun. And I feel like I'm your target market. I'm 52. So I have a senior in college and a freshman in college. And we went through camp, and we went through picking college, and then we went through sorority rush, all of it. And it all relates. It all relates so much. It's so funny. And even Jenna can get a kick out of it because there's so much of it, from the kids' perspective that is just so relatable. I love it. I love what you're doing.
Oh,
go ahead.
I'm making fun or having fun, reminiscing my own life.
Right.
And I feel like people didn't really talk about it in an honest way, and everyone just seemed together. And I felt like the mess. I felt like, oh my gosh, what what is wrong? Why is this so hard? I don't even understand. And I was lucky to have a couple girlfriends, to go through Rush with,
Right.
but being on the mom side of everything, just since they're born,
Yes.
choosing the mommy and me classes, which play group, and
It's all so competitive.
oh my gosh. I wish I could tell myself what I know now, but like when I was starting out, none of that matters. It doesn't matter which DVD they watched or which gym class, how many times a week they went to the park. It's okay. But at the time, I was so focused and so caught up. I was scared.
We all were. My close group of friends here, I met all of them through when Jenna was in kindergarten. So there's a group of us. And what happened was we were seeing the moms who were posting, look at these homemade granola bars that I made and we were like, yeah, my kid's eating cold pizza for dinner. So that's kind of how we bonded, was we were all so imperfect. And yeah.
And she looks like she's thriving.
She is. She's about to graduate college. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yep, cold pizza and all. Thank you.
Cold pizza and all. It's the imperfections that make us all real, that make us, it's your authentic self. I mean, it's what Jenna and I talk about a lot when we talk about social media, is authenticity matters. No one wants to see the perfect thing you made for your 2-year-old who doesn't care. It's just not important.
Yeah, agreed. Is that kind of like what inspires you, like the things you see online to like make the videos that you make?
I don't. I'll pull inspiration. Like Izzy and I will have weekly calls, and if something just pops in my mind, I'll text her an idea. But it's really like what's going on in the calendar right now. I was in the market the other day and I saw, the Easter candy starting and the Passover, stuff. And so I'm like, oh my God, it's that time. Are you kidding? So that it makes me think of, literally last night, I was with our family and my mother-in-law said something about Passover and I pretended not to hear her because I thought, I don't want to host a huge thing. Are you kidding? I can't believe we're talking about Passover. And one of my sisters-in-law said, well, I'll do it. And I just had my back and I'm like, do not turn around. Do not turn around. I did not want, because people are thinking now holidays, and I'm sure it's spring break time. So I go by the calendar, and then it makes me think of, when I was planning spring break, or I know people going through it.
And now, I know when we were going through all of this, we didn't really do high school spring break. Now it's a whole thing, and it's not just the seniors. Our school is now doing it for the juniors. They have a big spring break. It's crazy.
Now, where are you guys located?
I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. That's where Jenna grew up. One of the things that we talk about on the podcast a lot are the Facebook groups for the parents in college. And I don't know if you're privy to any of this, or if you were when your girls were in college.
I could have, and I didn't.
You're so lucky, because they're crazy.
Stayed away from it. I don't think I maybe knew from it with my first one, because I had a good friend whose daughter also went to school with mine, and she had an older daughter at the same school. So I just said to her, you just tell me what to do. I didn't have to fend for myself. I just listened to whatever she told me to do. So those groups, I can't even imagine what these parents say in them.
Well, I will tell you, they have gotten worse. From Jenna's freshman year to my son's freshman year, and it's only 3 years.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
So now I don't feel so bad about my dog being nuts.
Doorbell. It's probably just a package. Why they have to ring the doorbell?
That's fine. I'm a dog person. I get it. But my dog is nuts right now, and I don't know why. So the Facebook groups have gotten out of control. People are using them like Google. And they're sharing information that really, there was someone the other day that shared something that was like, these are my daughter's symptoms. Boom, 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 boom. Does anyone know what she has? This kid might need to go to the hospital and get her appendix out. What are you talking about?
There's a Facebook group. It's like a Boca Moms Facebook group. And I have seen those posts, and mothers will put a picture of their baby's rash or whatever. I'm thinking, are you insane?
Who does this?
Are you're seriously asking strangers for
the doctor?
advice?
Make a doctor appointment.
Are you kidding me?
It's crazy. We had one, somebody posted the other day, what is the best way to tell my daughter to study for an anatomy lab exam?
What do you mean? What's the best way?
What's the best way? Tell her to go to the library. Tell her to ask a student. Tell her to go see her teacher. Like, what? Why are you asking us? I didn't take this class.
I told my kids when they were growing up, no matter which grade they were in, let's just say they were in 4th grade. I did 4th grade. I'm not doing it.
Exactly. I did 4th grade. I did college. I'm not doing this again. I'm done.
If they expect you to read this book, I'm not reading this book. But I remember there were a couple mothers who did read the summer reading, and they would almost talk about it like it was a bragging right. I felt so sick to my stomach. Like, am I a horrible mother? I don't even remember. I bought the books at the beginning of the summer, but I have no idea what the books were.
I'm not reading their summer reading.
No. And they would buy 2 copies and they would read the curriculum, whatever, and help their student write the summary or whatever.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So the Facebook groups are totally, I mean, they're on it. There was another one the other day where someone said, my daughter lost her phone. I can see it on Life 360. Can someone who has a car take her to go get it? She's asking in a university Facebook group of 40,000 parents. She just wants a stranger to go pick up her daughter? That's crazy.
It's called Uber.
Exactly.
Right?
Go find your phone. She can map herself to where the phone is, and she can go get, like, this is crazy. It's crazy. Okay, Jenna's got another question for you, and while she asks it, I'm going to go wrangle this dog. So I'll be right back. But Jenna, go with it, because the next question's a good one.
Okay. So we know you've collabed with our friend Chloe Hector, who is actually on this podcast. How did that come to be? Like, how did that come to fruition?
My manager, Izzy, is in Manhattan, and she knows Chloe. And it was her idea. I didn't know Chloe. I'm fairly new to this industry, and I was sent the script, and we had a call with Chloe. I thought she was absolutely precious. I love her. So I started to follow her, and I'm like, she is a talent. She is so funny, but she's such a real down-to-earth person. She's such a goodness. And we did a couple other collabs. We haven't in a while, but it's just fun doing things with her. And I happened to meet her very randomly. I texted her when I was moving my daughter into Manhattan in August, and she was out of town. And my friend and I, we were walking to get pizza, my daughter's roommate's mom. I was starving, and I said, let's go bring food back to the apartment. And of course, I was doing the long cut. I had no idea where the pizza place was. And all of a sudden, I'm at the light. I look over. Chloe's walking across the street. Oh
my God, I would have flipped out.
Her, and we started screaming. Like, it was August. I'm hot, sweaty. My friend was like, what are you screaming? Out of the blue, I'm just screaming. I couldn't believe that Chloe, she had just gotten off the jitney from being away, and she was walking home with her. Oh my
God, that's hysterical.
And it was the sweetest moment. I said to her, see, there's a reason why I wasn't supposed to know where the pizza place was. I was supposed to be on this corner at this time so I can give you a hug.
That's amazing. We love Chloe. We're big fans. And that one you did with her with the when she's going through Rush, I mean, it was like me and Jenna. Like, that was us. How do you see your brand growing or going forward? Do you have plans for the future, or is it just kind of, I'm just going to keep doing this and see what happens?
I think that's more the plan for me. I'm just enjoying the journey. I've met such nice people, and it's been really fun and exciting. Do have like a brand trip next week. It'll be my first one.
Congratulations.
So I am excited to experience, what that is like. And I'll see, and I say to Izzy all the time, like, I'm happy to do this while it works. If it makes sense, if it feels right. I don't want to do things just to say I did something or went somewhere just for a post. Just
right.
To say.
Yeah.
I want it. So I think I'm starting to figure out the right mix. And I just want people to know, like, this is really just who I am. I'm not pretending to be somebody I'm not. Like we're imperfectly perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or perfectly imperfect, however you want to say it. And that's just who I am. So, yes, I had some elective surgery in October and I wasn't able to, my eyes, and I
We
had
look great.
thank you. And I had a peel. And so I had content pre recorded prior to the surgery. And then it got to a point where I'm like, all right, I think I can go on. I can try to cover up, like I had a little bruising here. And Izzy said, well, as long as you let people know. And
Right.
I did. I went on
Yeah.
and I said, okay. And I'm ready. I'm ready to get some more content out. And if you feel the need to be rude, with which some of you are, welcome back. Like
Were there really people who were rude? That's so mean.
oh my gosh, almost every day people make comments, and sometimes I'll look to see like who the person
Don't
is.
check the comments, right, Jenna?
It'll
Don't
be
check the
like
comments.
is 0 followers. And,
Right.
and the one thing I do respond, and I say to, I've DM'd people before and I've said, you're not upsetting me. This isn't going to make or break my day, but there are young women or other people on social media who may be more impressionable, and this is very dangerous.
I'm
Like
so glad you did that.
I have no problem
Yeah.
with people. I can't control what they do, but for me, make fun of whatever you want. Like talk about me and I'll wish you a great day back.
Right.
But I worry about people who feel
Yeah.
attacked or feel less than, whatever, and anything negative. Because these people,
Right. They have nothing better to do. Well, which kind of brings us to sort of our next topic, Jenna, that you were going to ask about.
I was going to say, like, we're already talking about advice. Like, what other advice do you have, right? For content creators, like, trying to get their accounts, like, off the ground.
Right.
well, I honestly think people just need to be true to who they are. My mom said that to me, not about this, just in life. Just be true to who you are. So somebody wants to be on social media as a content creator, like what would your brand look like? There are people who like to share advice, who like to share recipes, who like to show just fancy things that they shop for, whatever it is. And if that's who you are, I think people will find you organically and you'll find your community. They'll find you. But I had somebody here who reached out to me. We were friends back in the day in the preschool, our girls. And then her daughter went to kindergarten, first grade with mine, and they decided to switch schools. So then this woman didn't feel the need to stay in touch. Okay, it's not personal.
Right.
I'm not like that, but whatever. Boca's a, smallish city, town, whatever you want to call it. And I'd see her and hi, so-and-so. I got a random text from her a few months ago, last year. How do I become a content creator? Can you help me?
Oh my gosh. How do you respond to that?
So I said, well, I'm happy to share my manager's information. And to tell you the truth, I am just figuring it out every day. Some things do well in the algorithm. Some things don't. You have to have a thick skin. You have to be coachable and you have to be consistent. But isn't that with anything?
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to learn a foreign language or play a sport, master a craft, whatever it is, you have to be consistent. You have to practice. You have to really do what it is.
They say it takes 10,000 hours. So you got to put in your 10,000 hours. Yeah.
And like I couldn't get on this. I told you, like, I'm learning. Download this app. Click on here. Stand on my head. Hold my breath. Like, pray to God that it works.
Right.
And this woman, really wanted to, I think she wanted to be famous. And she started in a whole different category in like wellness and semaglutide.
Okay.
And her content, was focused to those people of interest. And then when she stopped working with Izzy, because it's expensive. You're investing in yourself.
Right, 100%.
When you buy a light, when you buy a microphone, when you buy a laptop, And I explained to her, if you owned a store, you'd have, that'd be brick and mortar. You'd have inventory, you'd have employees, you'd have electric bills, whatever it is. This is a whole different animal. So to start from the bottom, I started with Izzy just sent this to me to remind me. 60 followers. That's
Wow.
I started with 60 followers.
How long ago was that?
A year and a half.
That's it? Wow. That's amazing.
And I said, it's little by little. And she said to me a few weeks in, months in, her husband is like, when is it going to happen? I'm like, it doesn't happen overnight. Are you kidding? You're not going to go from 0 to 10,000 to 100,000 overnight. It takes a really long time. And she was just like, I could just do it by myself kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. And it didn't need me anymore.
Right. I get that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's funny because you see who's on your story. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because there are the lurkers. Yeah. There are the people, the girls, the women, whoever, who see your things, whether they're friends, family, but they don't support.
Right. Yeah.
So it's interesting. So I guess my advice to people would be, don't take that personally. It says more about them.
Absolutely.
Than you. Strangers are going to be the ones you connect with who are your biggest fans.
It's interesting. We always ask people for advice for Jenna since she's about to graduate college and she is going into the world of social media, hopefully. She's looking for a job. But I feel like what you just said really is good advice for her at this stage of life too. She's graduating college, and I feel like what you just said is all, be authentic, stick to the people that matter, have thick skin, and those are good life lessons no matter what age or stage you're at.
And it doesn't matter which industry you're in either. There's that saying, rejection is protection. Yeah. And it stings in the moment, but
right. Well, and hopefully, Jenna will be behind the camera. So she's looking to work for a brand or a company, potentially an agency. But, she has to have thick skin too, because there will be people who come on and they'll say negative things about the content, and that has nothing to do with her, but for whatever reason, it happens. So I think that that's really good, just general life advice. And you've been there. You've got girls out of college, so
It's life. It's real world. And nothing's going to be perfect. And it's supposed to be challenging. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it.
Right. Exactly. You grow from the discomfort.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Elizabeth, this has been so much fun to have you here. We are so excited. To us, you are a true TikTok A-lister. We're so honored that you took time to be with us.
I'm honored.
For those who haven't found you yet, what's the best way for people to find you online?
I'm Elizabeth Weprin on Instagram and TikTok. Join me. Love taking suggestions. People DM me all the time. What about this school? What about this camp? We have request forms, want to make everybody happy. And
yes, it's fun.
I know, especially with the camps, in colleges, it's such a feel good. It takes them back, and it makes me happy when people have group conversations and connect with other campers and say home away from home or my happy place. And, there's so much yuck out there. So to be able to have these moments of fun and feel good, to me, those are treasures.
Absolutely. And you're a bright light in the day. When you pop up in my feed, you just make me smile. You're so creative, and it's funny, and it's light, and it's, just laughter. So we appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you. You with graduation, and you too, Mom. It was so nice meeting you guys.
Thanks for joining us on the Social Dialogue podcast. If you liked today's conversation, be sure to leave us a 5-star rating and a review, and share it with a friend.
Keep the dialogue going with us on social. Find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
I'm Shane.
And I'm Jenna.
Thanks for listening.